Brian To'o has been the 5th best winger this series.
Oh, you've got Brian To'o, who is currently leading this series in run meters, leading this series in post-contact meters. He is leading this series in tackle breaks.
There are eye test elements that, in combination with statistics, such as his error count, they lead to making a decision of, I'm not saying he should have been dropped. I'm saying it is not an unmerited, undeserved decision.
But you're saying
I am saying he's the 5th best winger of the series.
You can't lead every statistical category and be the fifth best. He has more. This blew my mind.
I actually think you can, because they're inflated stats.
They're not. It's not inflated stats.
Yeah, because also New South had all the we're coming out of their half all the time. There wasn't anything else to do, so of course he's going to do a lot of running.
In a series where we've needed yardage.
Well, it clearly hasn't helped influence the result, is what I'm saying.
Well, we're 1-1. And this is the decider, and you're getting the best.
Is the result of a send-off.
I do.
It's not the result of Brian To'o's meters out of yardage.
No, it's.
Whereas you could say Mark Norman-Nwase's try scoring efforts did help keep New South Wales in the game. So
even though his side leaked 4 tries.
Well, welcome back, folks, to another episode of Rugby League Forever's podcast, brought to you by Bet365 Injury Protection. If your player goes down before halftime, the odds of your same-game multi and your multi are recalculated, keeping your bet alive. Let's get into today's episode. Well, in today's episode, one of us is fired up, and lo and behold, it is not me. Alex, you're fuming about what's going on with Origin at the moment, particularly with New South Wales. How you going, mate? Well, I know you're steaming, but
I'm good. I'm not. Yeah. You know, I'm steaming, but I was actually steaming less until you walked into the room, and I was steaming.
Yeah, I'm the trigger.
More. Because you triggered my fight or flight with some of your takes. I was
triggered his fight or flight. He's having an anxiety response.
He didn't. You didn't even have to make a take yet. It was the fact that
exuding it.
I was sitting there and I just saw you walk in. You had this look on your face. And I just knew you brewing some shit. And I just got mad preemptively of what I think you might be talking about.
Yeah, okay, cool. But always a healthy way to engage in conflict is to assume what the other person is thinking.
Yes. So I was passively aggressively annoyed at the beginning, and I'm just holding it all in so I can get openly and directly annoyed.
Let's get into it, mate. I'm ready to tear shreds off you. Rip shreds.
Okay.
So tear you to pieces. I'm going to make you my bitch in this episode.
We'll see about that, because you've actually committed a few cardinal sins already.
Okay.
But let's just start on even playing field here.
Okay, cool. We both go for New South Wales.
We both go for New South Wales. So we're in it together, and we both want the same thing.
Yes.
So that's a great place to begin with resolving conflict.
Yeah.
First of all, I was, and I don't know how your experience was, but I was sitting there. It was Sunday, it was after the game. There was sort of some loose discussions around when the team would get announced. Some people were reporting 7, some people were reporting 7:30. New South Wales didn't announce that they were doing another live stream, which I thought was they'd listened and that they were finally retiring the format, only to discover that they actually were running a live stream at 7:30, which actually meant 8:15. It took them a while to figure out. There was a lot of deliberation, and apparently the most important Origin selections decisions are always made 15 minutes before you name the team, and not in the days and hours leading up to the live stream, which they didn't have to do, by the way. No one forces you to run that. And so I sat through that. Mediocrity wafted over me immediately when it opened up.
Let me ask you what the most mediocre element was. Was it the production quality? Was it how tight the table was to Laurie and Trotton's laps?
Yes.
But they were almost bending over it. Or was it how it was who was asking the question?
A, B, C, and D.
And the time it came on.
All of it. Okay. And then we get to the end. I hated the team. And then I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, this is the perfect time. And it's set up in a way where you wrongly assume there could be journos.
I know. That
it looks like a presser.
Yes, it does.
Who doesn't know how New South Wales operates?
And I hadn't heard the voice asking the questions before.
Let me tell you the voice.
Doesn't sound like any. And why is it only one voice?
Yes.
Like, what's happening here?
It's one voice. Yeah. The same voice.
Yeah.
All 3 presses. Stu Honeysett with the hard-hitting questions. So, Laurie, I see you've made quite a lot of changes for Game 3. Is that in response to Game 2?
Yeah, yeah.
I
What?
don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
no.
Wasn't in response to game one. I think it kind of had to be because we fucking lost, right? So I don't know the point of the question
Okay.
and the back and forth, but
Yeah.
that got me started.
Yeah.
So that's where it began, that's where it kicked off for me.
Can I ask a question? Do you feel like, because this has been my frustration with most rugby league organisations, but in this instance, the New South Wales Rugby League, the inability, they just seem so petrified of negative press, of criticism. And so when you tie in, and the thread I'm weaving here is like we see Rennie Matua make a criticism about the New South Wales team, and then he loses a job that's completely separate from anything to do with the football department.
Yeah.
Then we have a presser where the CEO's there, Laurie's there, and it's another New South Wales employee. So there's no hard-hitting question. It's always going to be softball.
It's softball.
Is it a Laurie Daley thing, or is it just a New South Wales Rugby League thing where they just seem so afraid of any negative?
No, it's not a Laurie Daley thing. He's not responsible for that.
Okay.
That's a systemic problem that the organisation's had under David Trodden since he came to the organisation.
Yeah,
they
just hate anything critical.
Yeah, and they've really struggled. They haven't embraced pretty much anything, from a progressive perspective, like that other clubs have, commercially, digitally, everything that you see on the football field, coaching selections, the whole 9 yards, how they communicate with the general public. I mean, they don't even really have much of like a social media team in the organisation, and they view this as just like, they've got to have it, but really they're just sort of battling trolls. Mm-hmm. And I'm, the way that I look at it is it's like, no, these aren't trolls. These are your customers. Mm. These are the consumers. These are the fans. These are actually what this product is for. It's not for you. It's not for the 35 odd people in the office. It's actually for the state.
Yeah.
That's your responsibility.
Okay, that actually, I've been saying this a lot recently, that the New South Wales Rugby League aren't understanding how many wins they can get if they engage their fan base. But because they've handled media criticism, negative feedback so poorly, the trust from fans is at an all-time low. So that's why, if Billy Slater rolled out the team that Laurie rolled out, there wouldn't be that much negative press.
No.
Firstly, because he's got wins on the board. But secondly, because they built trust with their audience.
Yeah.
Whereas the New South Wales Rugby League, anything that's negative gets squashed.
Yeah. So you're 100% right, and
I thought we were going to fight. Okay.
No. So that's why I want to start off on the right foot.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Where we're probably going to get onto the wrong foot.
Okay.
Looking at the team.
Yes.
I want to know what your initial reaction was.
I believe that this is Laurie Daley's best squad of the series, especially if Cameron Murray starts at lock. And I've got a pretty decent conspiracy theory that will occur. So therefore, I think it's the best squad. And here's why. Here's my quick rationale why. Yep. You can very much see that there is a game plan that Laurie Daley wants to execute. Whereas the last two games, it's like Les, when he was on our podcast a couple of weeks ago, said Laurie was making cover your ass decisions. He was getting a mixture of pace and power. He's quite clearly gone with a big pack. He's gone with playmakers that can kick you out of trouble. He's gone with defensive centres, and he's gone with wingers who can contest in the air. So we can actually see how New South Wales could win this game. The other teams we've seen, it's just been a bit random. It's been a bit hodgepodge. It's been a bit, we're going to bring in Radley, but we're also going to have Adam Fanua-Blake. This is this team looks to me like a team with a clear identity and a clear game plan.
But do you only feel that way now because the game hasn't been played.
Yeah.
Right? You've seen the team, so it's easy to romanticize the team, and I can see the game plan. But to be fair, game 2 and 1, sure, there was
100%. You could not pick a game, and most people were saying, I don't know how this team's going to work, because we were asking questions like, what the hell's Victor Radley doing in there? And game 2, we were like, what the hell's Dylan Lucas doing in there?
Well, yes, we did say that.
So. Or why isn't Ethan Strange in there? So these kind of questions, we weren't clear on what he was trying to achieve. This to me is not just romanticizing, or it is actually, hey, this looks like you do this with team lists. You can see a team list and you go, oh, okay, I kind of know what that team's going to try and achieve.
I found it reactionary, and knowing how they want to play. I didn't see it when I looked at the squad. Nothing hit me of it being the best. Maybe the most experienced. Loaded. I mean, they've got a lot of Suncorp scar tissue.
Yeah. I
mean, but I think that they didn't. If you're going to go that direction, I don't think they went far enough. If you're going to gut the squad. I'd be thinking, and I completely acknowledge that people aren't going to see it the same way. But I was like, well, you may as well bring in Jerome Luai. You may as well, if you're running Bradman best, and you may as well get Tommy Turbo, find a way to get him into the team. You may as well.
But that's based on our theory of going star power of people that are proven. I'm saying this is a game plan where it's like he wants two halves that can kick them out of trouble and have a running game and can be generals if one goes down. So there's plenty of arguments you can make of why this team makes sense, which I have done.
Yes.
So I don't think...
I think it's easy to rationalize a team before they've played, 100%. But like I feel like...
Well, it's also easy to be cynical, Al, but mine's more constructive.
Well, is it though?
Yeah.
Is it? Because we've run the same commentary for two games and two different teams and tried to rationalize, bad decisions.
I feel like we almost weren't rationalizing. I think we were guessing. I feel much more confident that, just again, the positions that have been chosen. Yeah. Again, this all hinges on Cam Murray being locked. So the weakness is like we're believing the conspiracy theory that this is a bit of ducks and drakes from Laurie Daley, that Cam Murray will start at lock, that Yo will move into either to the bench or to prop. And that's based on Matty John saying it. And then I've shared this before, but I threw that theory to Dean Bulldog Ritchie, who we know is like thick as thieves with Laurie, and he agreed. So I was like, okay.
Yeah,
I reckon we're onto something here.
You're onto something, and I saw the conspiracy theory TikTok, which also triggered me. I tried to comment, and you muted it. You deleted it.
I didn't fucking.
No.
I'm not a bitch.
But the stats doing the round are that New South Wales are 6-2 when Murray starts.
Cool.
They're 3-5 when he's on the bench, and that 3-5 was nearly 2-6 before the Ponga send off.
And I've also I can't verify the stats, but the points conceded when Cam Murray's been on the field has been like nominal compared to the points when he's been off.
Correct.
So that's a linchpin play in my opinion. So again, we can only go off what Laurie has said. So right now, I can understand why you'd be super upset if Cam Murray goes into lock. Though I think it's actually a decent team.
Sure, it could be, and I think that you've got a proven fast starter, and that's what we need. But this whole idea of like, he's playing mind games, like, this, that, and the other. He's not, he's actually going to start at lock. The point that I was making to you before we started the podcast is that, first of all, mind games implies that there's a mind, first and foremost. But furthermore, a mind game is only a mind game if it actually is fulfilled. It achieves its purpose.
You mean like it's hidden? Like if everyone knows what you're going to be doing, it's no longer a mind game.
If you call all your friends and discuss it, and then they go on national television to talk about it, it's no longer a mind game.
100% agree with that. I don't think Laurie Daley is able to be deceptive. But it doesn't change the fact that
name him then.
The deception, fair enough. That's totally fair. The deception part falls short, but it's still the right move no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the right move no matter what. I think ditch the theatrics.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Just name him. I know that is annoying.
Just name the best team.
Well, that's again, you just don't have any trust.
No,
this team, the team selections, what's going on right now with New South Wales Rugby League with Laurie Daley, most fans don't trust the decisions, and so it's very easy for people to jump online and jump up and down on all the selections because we don't trust it. But I'm trying to be a bit more reasonable this time round.
Okay. Yeah. So in your endeavour to be reasonable, I need your take.
Yeah.
On Brian Toto.
Yeah. So I don't. People are so up in arms about that.
I'm up in arms about it.
Brian Toto has been the 5th best winger this series.
Oh.
So let's do a couple of things. He's obviously a legend, a great player in the game. He has won. Is it 2 Brad Fittler medals?
Yep.
Something like that. Yeah, 2. So he's obviously a phenomenal player. This isn't about Brian Toto being a bad winger. He's just not been a great winger this series. He hasn't had a great season in general. Yes, his numbers in game 2 were better, but lest we forget his terrible game in game 1. And you don't burn a guy off one game. I totally respect that.
Well, clearly you do.
But because you burn him off game 2 where he didn't then rise above his average. He was average. He wasn't brilliant. Anyone saying Brian Toto was brilliant in game 2 is deceived. Or can anyone like him so much?
Can anyone be brilliant in a 20-point loss? No one's brilliant.
No, but that means you're not guaranteed your spot. And do you think he was... So you think he wasn't the 5th best winger? You think he was better than Fafita, than Cobbo, than Wanganitawase and Kola? Are you saying he's performed better than them? Or McLean? He's probably the 6th best winger.
Okay.
In the series, in a 2-game data set...
Just stop. stop.
No, that's not an argument. You asked me, what do I make of Toto? And I say, it makes sense.
It doesn't make sense. Like, okay.
So you're saying he was, what, the third best swinger in the series? So you're saying he's been the best swinger for New South Wales this series?
It's hard.
Weren't you the one that told me that origin and history doesn't matter? You pick the team for it, the stakes are too high, the time frame is too short.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to backtrack on that.
Okay.
I put a stake in the ground, and I have to.
Yes,
you live and die by the take.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: you've got a player who. And someone said this.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say. I'm not taking credit for this quote, and I'm going to butcher it. I'm paraphrasing, but it was something to the effect of Brian Toto has had more big game moments and big games.
Yeah.
Big game performances in the biggest games than Bostock has had career games.
100%. Yeah, I've seen that take. I understand it's a big call. I'm just saying it's a defendable one. I'm not even saying that Brian Toto should necessarily have been dropped. I'm defending the rationale.
Okay.
That he hasn't been great. He's probably been the fifth best winger.
Okay.
So it makes sense he would be dropped.
You keep saying that he's probably been the fifth best
Yeah.
winger. Bear in mind, New South Wales and Queensland have each won one game.
Yeah.
And this is a decider.
Yes. What? Are you telling me the series is tied?
Well, you are punishing him for his game one performance,
Which was terrible.
Yeah, it was
Five
terrible.
errors,
So was Stephen Crichton's. He had 4 errors.
Yeah.
Stephen Crichton had 3.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people play badly.
Side. He's back in the side.
Mm-hmm.
You've got
He was probably dropped for game 2, but yeah.
well,
The run
apparently
through
not.
was- yeah,
apparently
but-
not. But you've got Brian Toto, who is currently leading this series in run meters, leading this series in post contact meters, leading this series in he's equal first
Yes,
in line
Brian
breaks.
Toto is
in
a great
line
meter,
breaks.
meter. Yes.
He is leading this series in tackle breaks, and he's leading this series in
Yes.
runs with 42.
Yeah.
Now, let me
So he'll
see-
be great on Supercoach. I get you.
no.
Yeah.
That these are not Supercoach. Just because the Supercoach stats count for Supercoach does not mean that they're
No,
valueless.
I get you, man. The Supercoach guys will be upset. But
Here's the thing.
Um,
Let me give you this.
okay.
He has.
Are there any stats in there about his stupid pass to Hudson Young that broke down a play when we really needed to score before half time?
Yeah,
No, there are eye test elements that, in combination with statistics such as his error count, they lead to making a decision of. I'm not saying he should have been dropped. I'm saying it is not an unmerited, undeserved decision.
But you're saying
I am saying he's the fifth best winger of the series.
You can't lead every statistical category and be the fifth best. He has more. This blew my mind.
I actually think you can because
He's broken.
They're inflated stats.
They're not. It's not inflated stats.
Yeah, because also New South had all the we're coming out of their half all the time. There wasn't anything else to do, so of course he's going to do a lot of running. The argument isn't Brian Toto the best at getting out of yardage. The argument is
in a series where we've needed yardage.
Well, it clearly hasn't helped influence the result, is what I'm saying.
Well, we're 1-1, and this is a decider, and you're
that
getting
game
the
one
best.
is the result of a send-off.
I do.
It's not the result of Brian Toto's meters out of yardage.
No, it's.
Whereas you could say Mark Norwingawase's try-scoring efforts did help keep New South Wales in the game. So
even though his side leaked 4 tries.
Yeah, that's
Right.
not all
Compared
on
to
Mark.
one.
That's not all on Mark though. Yeah.
No, it's not all. It's
Yeah,
not
you
all
had
on
Dylan-
Toto.
you
It's
had
not all on
Dylan-
Toto.
yeah.
He was left on an island.
No, yes, but the point is that if he was tall, he wouldn't be. So what I'm saying is there's a game plan, which is we're going to contest the kick. We need tall bodies. We're not going to go the yardage game because that hasn't been working. So they are totally going to be weaker there. I'm understanding there's a hole that Brian Toto leaves. I'm saying the game plan that seems that Laurie wants to achieve, it makes sense that he hasn't gone with Toto.
Right.
And I still think, and I don't think you've given me enough argument that Brian Toto was still the fifth best winger in the series. I don't believe he played better than Fafita. I don't believe he played better than Cobbo. And I don't believe he played better than Mark Norwinawase. Don't believe he played better than Kohler.
Mark had 3 errors.
Yeah.
What are you
New South Wales would not have been even close to the game without Mark's individual brilliance.
Yes,
in
and
attack.
I have been Mark
Yeah.
champion from
Yeah.
day one. I was the one that said
So
he
you are
should actually
saying-
start.
You're saying Mark should be behind in ranking of wingers for the series. Where do you rank Brian Toto?
I rank him ahead of Mark. Yes,
Okay, well,
that's
just a difference of opinion.
I
It's a
rank him
wrong
ahead
one,
of
but-
Mark because it was less of a blatant defensive liability that was entirely his fault. Like,
a lot of people think it wasn't his fault. It was the men inside him as well.
no, Toto was not put in a in
Oh,
a
no,
position
totally.
to
I
succeed.
hear you're talking about Toto's conceded try.
Yes.
Right, but if you only need to cover Toto and him being out of position because he's so small. If you have a tall winger, that issue, that error it doesn't exist. That risk doesn't exist. I'm saying the decision makes sense.
Do Queensland make this decision?
No, they're winning.
No, would they in the same position?
Yes, and people say that like, oh, Queensland would never make their decision. They dropped Daly Cherry Evans, who has been.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
This is okay.
You asked me.
You cannot make that
Why
comparison.
not? He was a legend of Queensland. He was the captain of
he
the
was
worst team ever.
He was a legend, not the reigning Brad Fittler medalist. He wasn't.
What
the
you did last year doesn't matter for this year.
But he's doing the same thing this year.
No,
He's
not in
leading
game one. He
all
wasn't.
He's leading all the same categories
Yeah.
that he leads every single series.
Yeah.
He's probably the best winger to have ever played rugby league.
Yeah, correct. But he's not the best winger in this series.
But he's in his prime
But
right
he's not
now.
in his prime in this series. That is my argument.
He demonstrably is, and the only
No,
how,
he's not.
how can you actually say
Game
that?
one was terrible. He had literally his worst game ever.
So why then do we retain the shitty players from game one and drop the
But
best
that's a
one
different
of
argument.
the
I'm
shitty
totally in
ones?
agreement. I'm not saying every decision makes sense.
Okay.
I'm saying this decision makes sense.
So my point is that you cannot make good decisions in isolation and then only make bad decisions consistently across the board because it dilutes the value of the good
Yeah,
decision.
but-
it now is as good as random.
Yes, but I'm saying that. I'm
Selection.
not disagreeing with the premise that Laurie Daley isn't a great coach and selector. I'm saying this is a defendable decision. That's all. Can we
Okay.
move on?
One,
We're not going to agree on this one.
one defendable decision.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
I
I actually think there's some other defendable decisions.
okay. Talk to me
I
about.
think I really feel for Tolu Kola. I feel for Tommy Turbo, but it makes sense that he clearly wants great defensive centres. So Bradman Best is one of the best defensive centres out there. So that's a defendable decision to me. Dropping Victor Radley to have a big pack because you clearly want to have big boppers going at it. That's
like Fanua Blake.
Yeah, defendable decision to me.
You think he's going to see the field?
I don't think he should have chosen Fanua Blake, but I'm just understanding the rationale. The rationale is clearer than it's ever been.
Mitchell Moses. Clearer
For
than
the
it's ever
game
been.
plan. Yes, for the game plan, yes. I want Ethan Strange. But that's what I'm saying. I'm able to detach what I want from assessing the rationale and the logic of the decision making.
You could possibly believe that.
Yeah.
I also do remember when you said that you thought that New South Wales had played their worst game and it was only
Yeah, I know, and I was wrong. I couldn't believe that. How could I be? How could Yeah, totally, mate. They've been terrible.
and that Queensland couldn't get better and they just got twice
Yeah,
as good.
I know. It's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? Yeah,
So do you think that Laurie has a clear game plan?
I do. From what the selections I see, if Cam Murray starts at lock, which we're all starting to agree that that's going to happen, I think that. What was the question again?
Does he have a clear? Do you
Yeah,
think
I
he has
think there's
a
a clear game plan. I think it's the clearest I've seen. Yeah.
So
Is it the right game plan? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
for the rest of us
Yeah.
that just want a little taste,
Yeah.
give me your best guess. Just
Yeah.
spell out the game plan, start to finish. How are they going to attack the first half, the second half?
Yeah.
What are they going to focus on? How are we going to get it done?
Where they are losing is the ruck speed. So you get those big forwards in, the tackles that they make, slow it down, just disrespect the ruck and ref a little bit more, which is what Queensland have been doing. Let's slow it down. That's definitely going to be a direction because it's happened twice now. That's where we've been dominated. So I think he's gone with big bodies to enable that to happen. He is going to lose some yardage in the backfield, but that's where he's got two big kickers in Moses and Cleary to do that. 1, 2, 3, but then if they are in jeopardy with the pace that Queensland have, he's got the two best defensive centres in the state in Bradman Best and Stephen Crichton. Then, when they actually do get into field position, he's got two of the best kickers in the game to kick for Nwanga and Jack Bostock. So they're going to try and maybe their plan is probably 4 tries and 2 of them come from kicks. That's a quick snapshot of what I think the game plan is.
I kind of wish you were coaching. It seems so simple when you put it like that, but I honestly look.
That's what I picked up, and I'm only looking at the team.
And I'm not. You know what?
And it's what
you're
I would do
probably
with all
right.
my experience and expertise. You know what I mean?
You're probably right. My position is that, if you knew your game plan,
Yeah.
you wouldn't need to.
You shouldn't also need to know your game plan. It shouldn't become crystallized in game 3.
No,
It should be
you wouldn't need to
crystallised 3 months
overhaul
before
a
game 1.
third of your squad
Yeah.
every single game if you knew what you were doing.
Yeah, 100%. I'm totally in agreement with that. I still think Laurie Daley has done a terrible job as New South Wales coach. I'm just saying this is the best squad that he's chosen, and it's the clear. It seems to be the clearest game plan.
Well, before I get back onto Laurie, we'll take a beat
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Laurie and let's just
Poor
focus.
guy. God, he looks cooked. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Anyway.
does. He does. He can't wait to quit this
Yeah.
job. He
Feel
cannot
for him.
wait.
Feel bad.
Not
Not going to stop hammering him though. Yeah.
No, neither am I.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Queensland for a
Yeah.
second.
Mm-hmm.
They are. They obviously. I thought that I was so impressed with how Queensland played in game 2. It was. I mean, it was definitely talent. It was definitely. They definitely brought it all together. I don't know whether the fact that we were so shit was a contributing factor to how
Certainly
they sort of
helps.
playing around the park. But I from as a rugby league fan, loved how they were playing.
It was epic. It was amazing footy.
With the changes that they've made.
So what are the key changes though? So Carrigan comes back.
So it's Carrigan.
Yeah. Probably
It's-
limping. Yeah.
Maybe Horsburgh
Yeah, he won't play, but yeah, he's
and Jeremiah Nanai.
yeah. So he's on the bench. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nanai's probably not going to play either.
No,
Yeah. Okay.
unlikely. But do you feel like they've got room to keep getting better? Are they going to get better?
Well, I'm
Does
nervous.
Carrigan
now.
make
I mean,
a difference?
they were amazing though, weren't they? And it wasn't just that they their kicking game or that they were winning the ruck. It was their attacking flair. They just took risks. They didn't. They said consequences be damned. We're down on the scoreboard. We're going to do some crazy plays. It worked out. And then that's where, and I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, Harry Grant just saw the weakness and absolutely dominated. So where do they get better? I don't know, really. I think they played an amazing game. They're going to be full of confidence too. I'm just nervous. I'm very nervous. I think they've got it dialed, man.
Interestingly, so New South Wales copped a lot of flack when they dropped that squad and not the team list at the announcement.
Yes.
And then they scrambled to then announce the team properly.
Yeah.
With all that backlash. Queensland announces a squad. Nobody says anything.
Yes, it is the privilege of winning
Yes.
and also Queensland media bias. Like, you can't do anything wrong. All the stories that come out of even Queensland media are about New South Wales.
Yeah.
So there is a media battle that goes on there. There's also the Queensland parochial, narrow-minded, blind loyalty that whatever Billy does is right. Which was totally shown up by Michael Maguire. So this is a defeatable coach. This is a coach that can be rattled, and it's a team that can be rattled. Do we have the squad and the tactics to do that? I'm not convinced. Yeah.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
It did feel like when I saw that squad drop, I was immediately triggered because I wanted to know the team.
Yeah.
And then I was annoyed that, like, why aren't all the comments flaming them for doing this? Blah blah blah.
Because it doesn't matter. They can, when you're I don't even know if this is a saying, but I'm going to say it. You know when you're the cock of the walk?
Yes.
You can do whatever you want. Your shit doesn't stink. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
Matter. You're winning. Even though it's 1-1, everyone knows.
Yeah, everyone
knows. They're the better team.
Yeah, it felt like targeted reinforcements. I guess we don't truly know what the team list is going to look like until it's announced.
Yeah.
But I am nervous for a Suncorp win. I want to know though what if we were to pull off.
Yeah.
If we pull off a win, someone said it could have been Hello Sport. I saw it and I'd already had the thought, and they verbalized it. And I'm like, that's exactly it. Is it going to be one of the most confusing wins, like internally?
Yeah, can you imagine? Because I have hammered Laurie Daley and I'm online, and I'm thinking, geez, I'm gonna have to apologize if we win. Because if winners get to gloat, winners get to boast, winners get to be celebrated. So it will be one of the most confusing wins ever. But if you win, what's it matter? At the end of the day, it's going to be if we do win, it's going to be a series win to Laurie Daley. We're going to be. You better believe I'm going to hammer every single Queenslander.
Is it?
And my view of history will be completely revisionist. I will talk about every genius move that Laurie Daley made. I will talk about every player playing out of their skin. I'll say Brian Toto being dropped was a masterstroke.
That's sickening. That's sickening. Don't even.
I'll say not playing Strange was the most genius insight you've ever seen. So, but that's the point. If you win, you get to decide. You get to own the narrative. You get to own the narrative.
To a certain
and I will
extent.
abandon everything I've said about him too.
Well, there's two.
I will be weak.
Maybe I don't know if I'm quite there yet, because we discussed this in the office, and someone said to me like, oh, they took the same position as you, and I was thinking, no, I will remember this win as the win in spite of Laurie. It will be depending on how it goes. It's all dependent on how Game 3 is played, what the result is, what exactly happens on the field.
But if New South Wales win, I think you've got to give credit to Laurie. Just like, and I've got to stay consistent to my logic that I have, which is the same I have for Michael Maguire. Mate, you're a winner. He's won. Get off his freaking back. So don't call him a bad coach or a too harsh coach or whatever when he's got results. The same would be true for Laurie. If it happens, I would have to accept that despite all criticism and all doubters, he got the team up for a win. And he did make some big calls here.
What will that say then? And about
us? That we are despicable online trolls.
That about Queensland is this? I mean, we have the reputation.
It's an unlosable series. Whoever came up with that narrative,
yes,
it was either Carianis or Riccio.
Yes. And we lost that.
It's unlosable.
And now would Queensland?
No, I'm saying that he's described this series as unlosable for Queensland.
Right.
Like Queensland, it would be the master of all chokes. It'd be like
so you would consider it that.
Totally, 100%.
Would you consider it worse than our,
it would be
say,
like
2021?
not chewing a marshmallow and it goes down your throat and then you're choking up. Like, you are cooked. Yeah,
does it have an
2-year-old's order?
But does it have an asterisk next to it with what happened in game
Won't
one?
matter when we look at the history. When we look at the results, New South Wales will have had the win. Yeah.
But in the moment, setting history aside and how we'll look back on it, will it feel?
It will feel like a tainted victory. It'll feel like the closest one I can think of recently is when, as a Manly fan, when we beat the Titans, I was like, oh God, we got that win, but that was just a despicable game. You know, so it'll be tainted, and I won't feel great. It was the same with game one actually. After we won game one, I was pumped, and then immediately did a huge critical analysis of how bad we were, and so many New South Wales fans hammered me for that. It'll be the same thing of like, look, we shouldn't have won, but who cares? We won.
Yeah,
and now it's over. Like, there's no other improvements that need to be made.
Well, now we just need to look.
But are we winning now? What do you think the scores? What do you think is going to happen? Because we won't record before the next.
I know.
game.
I have. It's so hard to do head over heart in these moments.
Yeah.
I think that we brought in. I mean, I love Bradman Best for a decider in Suncorp. He's that right. He's just the right player. Almost begs the question why he wasn't in the side.
Well, there was injury.
Yeah. But it's like it's just so right. That it gives me a little.
It
bit
does
of
feel good.
confidence.
Yeah,
I would still feel a lot better with Ethan Strange actually starting. I do not. Nothing can convince me, and you can drop Toto as many times as you want, and not make up for a guy that's clearly not match fit.
Yeah, and he's out. He had a terrible game against the Rabbitohs.
Terrible.
So I understand that. I just think that with the game, I think Queensland win 13 plus. I think, I didn't.
Queensland 13 plus.
Yeah, we're gonna get, mate. We just lost by 24.
I know. It's just.
so
I just can't say.
I think. Yeah, well, I'm not a bitch, so that's what I'm saying.
Well, maybe you're just not loyal. That's
no.
I
So but I'll be cheering them on. I think if they do win, it's going to be through the brilliance of a brilliant play. It's going to involve a brilliant play from Mark Nwangwini-Dawase. It's going to see Moses actually stand up. He's match fit. He's denied his previous form and have a great game and take some pressure off Cleary. And it's absolutely going to need Cam Murray running through the middle as starting lock.
One thing I'm shocked we haven't spoken about yet. Hamoli recalled.
Yeah.
Prayers have been answered.
I know, but it's not the justice I was after, which is him starting.
Of course.
So I don't. Again, it's a big body though. So again, it's another big body. We're seeing big bodies all over the park. So there's clearly a game plan. I don't see him coming on.
Okay, so that's two players on the bench that aren't coming on. How many more aren't coming on this great bench? How many more of the great, well thought out bench are not actually going to?
So Fanua Blake's going to have to come on. Yes. So Fanua Blake and Murray or Yo or whoever or Barnett, they will be the two forwards that play.
Okay.
Then Brayley will come on, and then it's just
Brayley was good.
Going to be Uppy can feel hard done by, but Brayley deserves that spot. Then I don't know. It's just going to be how the game goes, and then you've got the opportunity of having the rangy Ethan Strange running amok. But I also don't think he'll play. So he's going to play three players off the bench. And
yeah, great.
I know three of the rotations. Yeah, Brayley, AFB.
This is great.
And Murray. Yes,
yeah,
whoever that is. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Look, it's seriously. I think that I'm not going to flog a dead horse. I'm going to move on.
Good.
But I am like it is sickening to me that you clearly had no idea with Appy. You had no idea with Dylan Lucas.
Why would you feel confident?
Just having so many consistent no idea moves makes me feel like there's no method behind the madness.
No, I totally get that. I agree. I totally agree.
And I'm happy to be wrong about that.
No,
I want to be wrong.
I agree. I'm just saying I can see that it's the best we've seen. That's the clearest we've seen. I'm not
Sure.
saying that he's earned my trust back as a fan of New South Wales.
Sure.
I'm just saying it makes more sense.
Gus Gould said, Laurie, in his direct quote, Laurie's one of the greatest blokes in the world. He's the greatest Origin player New South Wales has ever produced and the greatest leader we ever had. Fittler then ran in the same line on 9, pretty much. The coach was our best player ever, and they can't walk away from that.
Yes, and Dean Ritchie got an article where he got 13 former New South Wales captains to all defend Laurie Daley.
Oh my!
Why? How much
glaze
clearer
is that?
can I make this? The criticism of Laurie Daley as a coach is not the same as the criticism of him as a player, as a legend of the game, or as a person. He gets tick, 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 A+ on every level when it comes to those three categories. The only narrative that is being talked about is he a good coach? It is a false argument. That is not the right argument to make from Gould. Laurie Daley's getting criticised because of his bench rotation, his selections, and his coaching strategy, and then possibly also his way of communicating to the media and to fans. That's why he's getting criticised. It's not personal. It's just not personal.
And we've already touched on this in previous episodes, but I'm glad we're on the same page with it. But I just do not agree with staunch, unwavering support because it does create that complacency.
I don't know if the idea of the concept is toxic positivity, but it's what I don't understand. I actually don't. I'm new to the NRL world, right? Like I've been a fan forever, but new to understanding how these teams operate. And people say I say the machinations too much, but the machinations in the back room politically. I'm new to, and I'm learning so much, and I'm gobsmacked at how sensitive clubs, coaches, administrators are to criticism. Criticism is how you improve. Criticism is how you grow. You imagine a coach not giving any criticism to their players, as if they're getting so much feedback so that they can get better. If coaches demand that of their players, then clubs should expect that from their fans. State organisations should expect that from their fans when their team's not performing to the standard that the state believes should be there. So just cop criticism. But why is everyone so sensitive? It's crazy. And it makes you weak.
Well,
It makes you weak. It's like it's a muscle not tested. You're just going to atrophy into apathy, into underperformance.
Oh!
Boom. I'm spitting bars.
That was a bar. That's going on a quote
I actually
graphic.
physically spat.
Yeah, I felt a bit of that. Oh, it was worth it.
Harden up.
Yeah.
It's Origin. Harden up.
We'll finish on a positive, mutually beneficial note.
I've actually been mostly positive this episode. It's you that's been the negative Nancy.
Positive with each other.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Manly.
I love you. Yeah.
I'm feeling better already. How good did the win feel? Did it just
amazing?
Does Manly just feel like they are?
Hey, did you? I pulled this stat. I pulled this great one.
Give it to me.
Okay.
I need a good Manly
This is
stat.
a good one. You're gonna love this one.
All right.
Since Kieran Foran was announced as coach for Manly, if you organise the NRL ladder based on all the teams formed since round 5 this season, Manly Sea Eagles are first place. First place. Second is Penrith. Third is Warriors.
I'm experiencing.
So they're first on
historic
points
state.
difference right now. If we didn't bloody choke against the Bulldogs, we'd be clear by an entire win.
Okay.
So 9 wins from 12, with the essentially the best defense in the comp in that time.
I said to Jimmy on our last episode, when we're doing the odds segment, when we're talking about contenders, I never feel this way.
Yeah.
I'm so cynical about Manly as a serious contender.
Oh no, yeah, so am I.
I genuinely feel like they are a premiership contender.
Yeah.
This season, it's
okay.
You can't get there.
I can't
You already
get
can't
there.
get there.
I think 6th is what we actually should hope for if you're a Manly fan. I think
feel like we're
what's happening is Kieran Foran has a team overperforming. So his middles and his forwards are overperforming. There's a lot of they've actually lost a couple of key middles that he's done great. It's a testament to his coaching. It's not a testament to the star quality of the squad, particularly in the forward pack. That's not saying these boys are bad. I'm just saying that they don't have a premiership winning squad, in my opinion. Someone who does, a team that does have a premiership winning squad, and I apologise for jinxing them last week. Is the
we didn't
Dolphins.
even talk about that.
I know, I jinxed the Dolphins.
We
so
need to
hard.
run the clip
Yeah.
because I was the second you said it.
You said I jinxed it. I know. And I
Straight
did.
away. Straight
Katoa's
away.
out for at least 4 weeks, I think. So I had said that the Dolphins had no long-term injuries and they could make a massive run to the finals. In their defense, they still beat the Warriors, which was an unbelievable game.
Yes,
Unbelievable game.
That was a great game, but it's how I knew you were new to rugby league. That's how I knew.
No, I just wanted to do so. I wanted to show the research I had done for our audience.
Yes, which everyone was very impressed with, by the way. I got good feedback.
Yeah,
I
good.
was like, there's no point in having the good research if you're going to damn the team to hell.
Well, I don't care. They're not my team. So, what I would say, though, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Is there a team with a better back three than the Dolphins?
No.
So, Cobo, Asako, Hammer.
No.
It's like they have three epic fullbacks.
Yes.
It's going to take them really deep into the finals.
I am a huge fan of. I've always been a fan of Asako. I love him. Cobo, I was never a fan of.
Yeah.
He's forced me
I know.
to become a fan.
It's been amazing.
His rep level play is some of the best I've ever seen from a winger, aside from Brian Toto.
Yeah.
And I think
best winger of the series. Yeah.
that's wrong statistically, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And then Hammer, definitely the most exciting fullback in the comp.
Yeah.
Amazing,
man.
Again, it always translates to Origin. He's bringing that form back to club. I just love it. I love that team. I get excited about that team. I love Herbie Farnworth. I wish he was a rep player as well.
Yeah.
They're
looking good, man.
They're looking good, but I just feel I saw the Melbourne game. I was watching the Melbourne game, and I just felt something came over me. This could get clipped, but I feel like Manly just had something going on where I didn't even feel that I was upset, but not even just like depressed about Brooksy.
Yeah,
it was sad. And I don't want to see that happen. But I just have confidence. Walsh is great. I've just got so much confidence in the team.
It's great for a Manly fan to be confident. It's terrible for anyone else listening to insufferable Manly fans.
Oh yes,
because we are insufferable when
forget,
we're happy with our team.
I forget that. Yeah.
But
it's so rare that I'm happy with the team.
I know. It's been a long time, but they don't care. They actually angry. They were like happy about foreign for like 3 weeks. Now they just can't stand us.
Yeah,
grandstanding over how good our team is.
That's it.
I do think the Dolphins will finish second. I think that was the battle for second. So I think the Dolphins have shown that they are really an unbelievably quality team.
Yes.
The Panthers are on a bit of a skid. Lost to two pretty ordinary opponents like the Titans and the Cowboys. That's unfair. They're actually pretty darn good. But they're on a bit of a skid as well. 2 losses. It cheapens that loss cheapens anyone who went close against the Panthers before.
Yeah.
Like now Bulldogs fans can't be so uppity because they've lost to the Titans. The Dolphins and Manly fans can't be that uppity because teams have actually beaten the Panthers. So it'd be interesting to see where they. I still think they're the best team in the comp by a country mile. But now we're in Origin period, they could drop a few points.
Yeah, I'm kind of okay with that. Like, they will reserve their best footy for the finals.
Yeah,
is what I believe. That's when Nathan will peak as well. Everything will just be firing. Toto will be back in his usual regular form. I'm not worried about that. I still think they're far and away the
best team in the comp for sure. They're definitely the favourites. It is their competition to lose. It's just interesting that they have lost 2 games that you wouldn't expect. And I think everyone's sleeping on the Cowboys because of their lack of buys and where they sit in the ladder.
They played.
I think they're going to make the 8.
Oh, yeah.
I think people are sleeping on actually how good they are. Taumalolo's playing amazing. You've got Drinkwater who can just make a try out of nowhere. So I think we're sleeping on them as well.
We covered a lot.
Yeah, man.
That was a
bit of a therapy session.
A good Origin session. Yeah. A little bit of NRL.
Got a bit of your New South Wales Rugby League beef out.
Something like that. And we will be back with something hopefully a little bit special next week.
Oh, yes. I'm excited. We're going to meet after this. I'm going to try and get us up there.
We'll do a reveal. You've revealed it. I was saying,
I
do a reveal.
Said it last week already.
Yeah, you did actually.
If any of our audience has a memory. They're deep into the episode though, so
yes.
Maybe
maybe they're already dropped off. But look, got a few things planned, a few things to discuss, but we'll definitely see everybody next week.
Yes, see you guys. Cheers.
Welcome back, Jimmy from Bet365, joining us again for the Rugby League Forever podcast to discuss all things odds. Now, I'm a little bit red in the face. I'm wearing a hoodie, so I'm already hot, and we've just had a heated discussion. Give me everything that I need to know for the Origin Series bets for this final decider.
Well, I can feel the heat in here, so I'm just going to be that nice little calming influence now, and let's talk all things Origin Game 3.
Break it down for me, sure.
So, 1-1 heading into a series decider at Suncorp, exciting stuff, and to no surprise, the Queenslanders are the overwhelming favourites. They're $1.52, and New South Wales are $2.55. So the first time this series that Queensland have gone in as favourites.
Yep.
Just some stats regarding the last few games at Suncorp. So the Blues actually have won the past 2 games at Suncorp, including the 2024 decider. The past two series, game 2 winner has actually won the decider as well. So Blues in 24 and Queensland last year. So maybe the momentum coming into the game could be a big factor there.
Yep.
Some not so great stats for the Blues. Laurie Daley's only 1 of 9 in series clinching games.
Ooh, that's not a good one.
So I don't know what to read there.
I know what to read.
Is he due? The he's due theory?
That's a fallacy. There's no he's due theory. It's done.
And then some interesting one for this series. The first 2 games, a right centre has scored the first try in each of them.
Oh, that's good.
Robert Toyer in game 1 and then Tony Staggs in game 2. So for game 3, we do have Robert Toyer again starting right centre for Queensland. And then for the Blues, we've got Stephen Crichton back. So is he going to show up and deliver some heroics like he always does in clutch games? We'll wait and see.
He's probably the best big game centre try scorer ever.
I reckon it just gives the Blues a bit more confidence having him there because he's a pretty vocal leader. He's going to have that presence in right centre. Will that, give hesitation in Kalen Ponga, knowing that Stephen Crichton's also like a really great intercept threat as well? So will Ponga take those risks down the short side, knowing Critter's there with his presence? I guess we shall wait and see. He will be with Liam Martin and Nathan Cleary on that right edge, obviously with that big Penrith connection from their premiership winning days.
I said on the episode before game 2, not in our segment, but in the segment with Soapy, I said Marky Mark hat trick for game 2. Now he had 2 + 1 disallowed, and that was paying $21. What is he for a double? Because I feel like that's a juicy bet. That's one.
$5.50 for a double.
I think that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah. So obviously Selwyn Cobbo scored a hat trick last game. He's $4.25 to score 2 or more, and he's $15 to score a hat trick.
Okay. Interesting.
Awesome. So let's go into some other try scorers that I like in the game.
Yep.
Bradman Best.
Yes. Big
Game
game
3
Bradman.
Bradman. So he's $3.10 and he scored 3 tries in 2 games.
Yep.
In his appearances with the Blues. So I do like him there. He's a great hole runner. He's just got that physical big body where close to the line is pretty hard to stop. So I do like him there at value at $3.10. Going into some other markets, we do have the player of the match, which is quite a competitive market here. We've got Sam Walker leading the way at $7. Nathan's at $7.50. So Nathan Cleary's at $7.50. Then we got Kalen Ponga and Cameron Munster at $9. And then Harry Grant at $10
for
player of the match.
Right.
And Harry Grant, if Queensland are to win, I feel like Harry Grant is the biggest difference maker. He's the clear superior player in terms of like the drop off from New South Wales spine. I reckon Harry Grant at $10 is a great shout there if Queensland are to win.
What about for the Wally Lewis?
Yeah, we'll get into Wally Lewis in a second. And for the Blues, I feel like Nathan Cleary. I feel like if we are to win, it's going to be on the back of Nathan Cleary.
Probably.
Controlling the game. He's a $7.50, so he'd be my pick there if the Blues are to win.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the Wally Lewis medal, so we've got Sammy Walker as a clear favourite at $2.15. Obviously, coming off that great Game 1 performance where if Queensland won, he most likely would have won it.
Yep.
And in Game 2, he was man of the match.
Yeah.
Nathan's at $3.75, the Game 1 man of the match winner.
Okay.
And then we've got below him, Cameron Munster at $7.
Oh.
But the biggest surprise again, Selwyn Cobbo, $11.
I mean, that's a surprise. He should be the favourite, in my opinion. But
So I feel like if Queensland are to win the Game 3, I feel like Sam Walker's justifiably so the favourite. But if Selwyn Cobbo comes off another heroic performance, scores a hat trick, I feel like him at $11 is a great play there.
that's one I've just got to take. That's just undeniable. He doesn't even need to have an exceptional game. He just needs to have a very good game.
Yeah, I'm so surprised at how well he's performed. Not going to lie. I thought he was...
For a guy that was in reserve grade, like pretty much.
Yeah, and he's obviously coming from the Broncos, you know, on the outer there, coming to the Dolphins, and they're flying. So some great shouts there, in my opinion. But I feel like it's going to come down to the halves for either team. So I feel like if New South Wales are to win, Nathan Cleary will get the Wally Lewis, or if Queensland are to win, it'll go to Sammy Walker. But Selwyn Cobbo, a great shout there.
Nice. All good bets. My favourite there is definitely the Cobbo one. I think that's the most value. I think Markey for a double, I also like. I think there's a little bit of value in the pricing there. And I think if you wanted to take New South Wales, I mean, what are they paying head-to-head for the game?
$2.55.
I mean...
Never really get the Blues at that price.
I haven't seen the Blues at that price in 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a while. Probably since the Queensland dynasty days.
So, yeah, all good options. And you had a couple of good wins on the weekend as well.
Yeah, I was pretty stoked with that, giving out 3 or 4 of my try-scoring picks. Unfortunately, it didn't start on a great note with David Fafita not scoring in that game against the Eels. Unfortunately, all the tries went to Tallis Duncan and Cody Walker. But then I managed to jag Robert Toya against the Broncos off a grubber kick, Tedesco, Tolu Kola, and Jermaine Asako. So hopefully the punters got on that one responsibly.
And our Bet365 pick of the week that we ran, we had Asako to score, Chance to score, Dolphins to win, $6.50, bang.
And almost got the other game as well. I know the scoreline was a blur, but we did have Homoli. He's got a double. Lasardi, unfortunately, didn't score.
He got injured.
But I'm glad Manly won. You know?
Yeah, that was a $29 long shot. $6.50, it's a good result.
Yeah,
Good result.
awesome.
I appreciate you jumping on with us. We got a big plan for next episode. We'll see what is in store soon. In the meantime, we will see everyone next week. And thanks for tuning in.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website